What's up, guys? So on this particular video we'll be discussing about Bhutan in the month of August 2025, what you should be expecting in terms of the weather, the road condition, the tourist crowd that's going to be there in the month of August, overall what you need to be packing for Bhutan, and most of all, is it a good time to be going to Bhutan in the month of August 2025. So now, starting off with the weather, it's important to understand that the month of August is the one of the peak monsoon months in Bhutan, and Bhutan, being a Himalayan country, is going to experience a lot of rain in the month of August. But when it doesn't rain, the weather is going to be good and nice to travel. But when it's raining, it's going to be a lot of rain. So you got to be prepared for a mixed bag, I would say. Now, the temperature will range from anywhere between 15 to 25 degrees in the daytime. Humidity will be high because of the rains. The nighttime temperature will range from anywhere between 7 degrees to around 12 degrees. Now, this temperature variation will depend entirely on where you are. Places like Thimphu and Paro and Ha Valley will be much cooler, while places like Phuntsiling and Punakha will be much warmer. But if you are someone who wants to experience a lush green Bhutan, wants to go to Bhutan without a lot of tourist crowd, and at the same time you like traveling during the monsoon and you want to make the most of the Independence Day 15th August long weekend, then the month of August is actually a very good time for you to be going there. When it comes to roadblocks because of landslides or any other kind of rain related trouble on the road, it's very unlikely along the main tourist circuit in Bhutan because the roads are very well made and they are very well taken care of. So when you are traveling around Bhutan, by default you'll have a local Bhutanese vehicle, and in the vehicle you'll have a mandatory local guide. So no matter where you're going in Bhutan, you're safe because you have pretty much two locals in your vehicle who can get you out of any tricky or precarious situation that will arise along your journey. The roads are very well made in Bhutan, so you shouldn't really have any kind of road related issues. But the only kind of issue that you might face is the fact that it's going to be really cloudy. So if you're someone who likes taking photographs and is going there to create content, then the month of August is a month that you should consider skipping because it's not the most ideal time to be going there for content creation. Bhutan in August is a very good time for people who are looking to go there to experience nature with a bit of a twist. The twist is basically the rains. Now, the rain's not going to really hamper your travel, but they're just going to be there lurking around throughout the day. It's just like a shadow that you're going to be experiencing throughout because no matter which part of Bhutan you are in, it's going to be raining. Now, when it comes to the vibe, it's going to be a lush green vibe. It's going to be pretty much green all over Bhutan. No matter where you are, you'll find waterfalls, you'll find plenty of greenery. The mountains will not be snow covered. Even if they are snow covered, they're going to be covered with thick clouds, so that's not the snow covered mountains are not really going to be visible. When you're planning Bhutan, by default you'll have Tiger Monastery in Paro on your list, and if you're wondering whether it's safe to hike, remember it's extremely safe to hike to Tiger Monastery. It's a pathway which is very well made. You and your guide will be there with you along the journey. Just make sure that you listen to your guide and rent the bamboo because you need the bamboo for additional grip along the way. Carry with you a very good pair of hiking shoes because having a good pair of shoes is mandatory for you to be actually going in and out of Bhutan without having any kind of real issue. Now remember that when you're traveling around Bhutan in the month of August, you do by default need to be having your rain sheet with you, but that is your wind cheater and your umbrella. So make sure that you have both of them with you, and at the same time it's important to understand that whatever clothes you're carrying are clothes which will quickly dry up, so make sure that you have clothes which are quick dry clothes. Do not travel to Bhutan with clothes which are going to take a while to dry up. In a sense, do not come with jeans, and do not travel to Bhutan with woolen wear which is going to get soaked and then it's going to be a real problem for you. Now remember one thing, that in Bhutan in the month of August everything is going to be open, so you do not need to be worrying about whether the cafes and the restaurants will be open because it's off season. That's something you do not need to worry about. It is pretty much throughout the year season in Bhutan, because by default you will always have the tourist crowd coming to Bhutan. Now the places that you should be visiting are Paro, Thimphu, Funaka, Ha Valley, Pobjika. These are the places that you should be visiting. If time permits, you can go to Ha Valley and Pobjika, but if time doesn't permit, you should definitely be visiting by default Thimphu, Paro, and Punaka. Do not plan a short 4 night 5 day trip to Bhutan, because a short 4 night 5 day trip to Bhutan is going to be a disaster. You're going to be traveling most of the time and you're not really going to experience Bhutan the way you should be experiencing. Now remember, for all those who are traveling to Bhutan from India, Indian currency of denomination 50, 100 work over there. 500s are not accepted. 200 may or may not be accepted. It's a gamble. So do not be overconfident by carrying a lot of 500 rupee notes. And at the same time, remember that Indian debit cards and credit cards do not work in Bhutan. You can flip your debit card or credit card and see it's mentioned. Even if it's an international debit card, it will be mentioned that it's accepted everywhere in the world other than Nepal and Bhutan. So be prepared by default that your cards are not going to work. So carry enough of cash with you so that if you need anything extra beyond what your package offers in the form of shopping, or you want to have some local delicacies in Paro or Thimphu, you have the money for it. Another important thing to remember when you're traveling to Bhutan in the month of August is that do not go for international roaming with your SIM card. You can always take a local SIM in Bhutan. Taking a local SIM in Bhutan works out far more affordable as compared to taking an international roaming SIM from India, because you can always tell all your near and dear ones, and if you have any work related appointments, they can all contact you via WhatsApp calling. Now when it comes to what is the budget that you need to have for Bhutan, that entirely depends on the kind of trip you want to experience, but most probably the budget for Bhutan would be anywhere between 35 to 45,000 per person. That's your land package, which excludes your flight. Now this costing is also subjective to the number of people traveling with you, and for a group of 5 to 6 people the cost would be around 35,000 per person. You might get a cheaper deal here and there, but then remember, you'll have to compromise and agree with the fact that you'll be clubbed in with anywhere between 20 to 30 people in your group. If you're looking for a nice small package which has just around 6 to 12 people, which is more personalized, then you're going to have to spend anywhere between, I would say, 35 to 45,000 depending on who you book with. If you're looking for a trip to Bhutan in the month of August, we do have trips happening. You can click on the link in the description, which will take you to our website, and you'll get all the details related to our trip to Bhutan in August. You can directly book from our website, or if you have any queries related to your booking, you can WhatsApp our team from the website and they will guide you and help you with the booking process. If you have any personal queries related to your own travel to Bhutan, you can book a consultation with one of our Tlow experts who will help you and solve your queries related to Bhutan. If you feel your queries can be solved via the YouTube chat box, then you can leave a comment in the comment section and we'll be more than happy to try our best to solve your queries. Now remember, Bhutan in August is a monsoon month, like I mentioned earlier. So do not go there without an umbrella, and do not underestimate the weather in Bhutan, because it rains, it's windy. So carry a wind cheater and a raincoat along with you. And at the same time, make sure that you carry clothes that will dry up really quickly. Now Bhutan in August is a good time to be going there, because it is pretty much off season. Nobody really wants to go to Bhutan in the rain. So if you end up going to Bhutan in the monsoon, you'll have a very good experience in terms of you won't find a lot of tourists over there. So whatever in-house photography that you're looking for, which is not basically landscape photography but more zoomed in portrait photography, it's a very good time to be going to Bhutan. Now till our next video about Bhutan, stay safe, stay happy and stay blessed.